who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Philippians 2:6. You stand now in the form of God, not as a distant idol, but as the living breath of divinity within your own breast. To think it not robbery to be equal with God is simply to acknowledge that your imagination wears the garment of the Almighty. You do not steal power from another. You awaken to what has always been yours. See yourself as the Christ in human flesh, the perfect outline of divine mind. Do not look beyond your own inner vision for approval or assistance. When you perfect in your mind the clear form of God expressing through you, every gesture, every word, every silent thought, you have already become that which you seek. In that state, there is no outside authority to influence or deny you. You are the sole cause of your world. Watch your words. Speak always in the present tense of I am. I am equal with God is no mere phrase. It is the portal through which reality must pass. Hold that image steady. Picture yourself at the banquet of creation, raising your glass in toast to your own divinity. See the hosts gathered round you, not as strangers, but as projections of your own imaged state, celebrating the wonder you have conceived. Here lies the hidden meaning of Philippians 2:6. The Christ did not cling to a past of glory, but dwelt fully in the living now. He imagined the universe into being. So, too, you release all memory pictures of lack and slip into the cloak of your fulfilled desire. In that silent act of perfect faith, of seeing and knowing yourself equal with God, the whole world rearranges itself to mirror the divine form you bear. Remain in that blissful conviction. Hold fast to the clarity of form, and all seeming obstacles dissolve into the awareness of your own unlimited being. Paul's phrase, in the form of God, points not to an external statue or distant being, but to a state of consciousness you already carry. Psychologically, it describes two levels of mind, the waking, self-limiting ego, and the deeper I am self that lives in fullness and wholeness. Thought it not robbery to be equal with God means that when your identity shifts from the ego's needy stories into the Christ-conscious I am, you naturally accept your divine stature. You no longer feel it is stealing to claim the perfection already yours. At the heart of creation lies imagination, your inner workshop. By inhabiting the form of God in your mind, you project a mental blueprint that ripples outward into physicality. When Paul says he thought it not robbery, he's revealing that first cause remains undisturbed. Your conscious assumption of divine wholeness sets in motion the unseen forces that shape matter. In other words, by living in the perfect form already realized, you magnetize circumstances, people, and events to reflect that inner reality. This verse hands you the secret. You possess the prerogative of self-definition. You can assume the I am of well-being, purpose, abundance, and by doing so, claim equality with the highest creative source. No outer power can confer this on you. It emerges the moment you accept yourself as the living form of God. First, settle upon one clear desire or quality, perhaps a sense of peace, a milestone of success, or a long-awaited promotion. Then breathe life into a brief mental scene that suggests its fulfillment. Imagine yourself at your desk as colleagues rise in applause for your new title. Feel the warmth of their congratulations, and allow yourself to raise a glass in quiet celebration, hearing each toast and seeing their smiles. Immerse yourself fully in this present moment vision, consciously setting aside any recollections of past lack, and dwelling entirely in the assurance of your newly authored reality. Practice this daily, devoting just a few minutes to focused imagination and trusting that your outer circumstances will naturally align with what you have already claimed within. By boldly embracing the form of God in your consciousness and refusing to regard it as robbery, you awaken the creative law that Paul so eloquently named. In that awakening, the invisible becomes visible. Your divine power stirs to life, and the world effortlessly yields to the shape of your inner vision.